pain. It's something we all know, something we all try to run from. Yet it's the one thing that always catches us. You can change your city, your job, your circle, your name, but you can't escape pain. It's part of life. It's part of growth. And if you let it, it can become the greatest teacher you will ever have. There was a time when I believed pain was punishment. When everything went wrong, I thought life was against me. But the truth is, pain was never my enemy. It was my mirror. It showed me who I really was. Weak, fragile, pretending to be strong. And when I finally faced it, when I stopped running and let it in, that's when everything changed. Because pain has a purpose. It destroys the version of you that cannot survive the next level of your life. You see, pain is not here to break you. It's here to prepare you. Every wound you've ever had, every heartbreak, every loss, every failure was shaping you into the person you were meant to become. Think about it. The strongest people you know didn't grow up in comfort. They grew up in storms. They learned how to fight when nobody believed in them. They learned how to stand when the world told them to fall. They turned pain into power. Listen, you might be in that dark place right now. The place where it feels like nothing makes sense. Where you wake up and the first thing you feel is emptiness. Where you try to be okay, but the truth is, you're just tired. Tired of fighting battles nobody sees. Tired of pretending you're fine. Tired of smiling while you're breaking inside. But hear me out. This pain will not last forever. It's a wave. And waves don't destroy, they shape the shore. Every tear, every sleepless night, every silent scream. It's carving strength inside of you that comfort never could. Do you know what pain does? It builds resilience. It teaches you patience. It makes you grateful for peace. It burns away what's fake and leaves only what's real. Pain strips you of illusions. The illusion that life is supposed to be easy. The illusion that success comes overnight. The illusion that love doesn't require sacrifice. When pain comes, it doesn't come to destroy your life. It comes to wake you up. You see, we live in a world where everyone wants results, but no one wants struggle. People say they want success, but they don't want to suffer for it. They want the body, but not the discipline. They want peace, but not the solitude. They want love, but not the vulnerability. But the truth? You can't separate growth from pain. Just like you can't build muscle without tearing the fibers first, you can't build character without breaking a few times along the way. Every time life breaks you, it's only breaking the weak parts. The fear, the ego, the laziness, the doubt. What's left after the pain is your real self. Henry Ford once said, "When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it." Pain is that headwind. It's resistance, but it's also lift. It's what pushes you higher if you don't give up. There's a quote that says, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward." That's what pain demands. Movement. Because the moment you stop moving, you let pain define you. But when you keep moving, you define it. You take control. You give meaning to what hurt you. You turn chaos into clarity. You transform weakness into wisdom. So if you're going through hell right now, don't stop. Don't beg for the pain to go away. Ask what it's trying to teach you. Ask how it's shaping you. Ask what version of yourself it's preparing you to become. Because maybe this storm isn't destroying you. Maybe it's revealing your strength. Maybe the fire that's burning you is also the fire that will forge you. Every great story has pain. Every hero has scars. Scars don't mean you've been broken. They mean you survived. They're proof that pain tried to end you and failed. When you understand that pain no longer controls you, you stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. So don't curse your pain. Don't bury it. Don't numb it. Face it. Learn from it. Use it. Because every bit of pain you carry inside you is potential energy waiting to become power. You just have to make that choice. So, how do you turn pain into power? How do you take the very thing that broke you and use it to build yourself stronger? The answer isn't in forgetting. It's not in pretending that it didn't hurt. It's in transforming it. Pain becomes power the moment you decide that it will no longer control you. The moment you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? That's the turning point. That's the moment you rise. There's a story behind every scar. Some of them still hurt when you touch them. But every scar is proof that you healed. And healing, that's where real strength begins. Because healing isn't weakness. It's the courage to rebuild what was shattered. It's the courage to wake up one more day and say, I'm not done yet. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe you lost yourself. Maybe you're standing in the ruins of everything you thought you'd be. And maybe right now it feels like you'll never recover, but you will. Not because life will suddenly get easier, but because you will get stronger. You see, pain introduces you to yourself. It strips away the masks, the lies, the ego, the fake confidence. It shows you who you really are when everything is taken from you. That's the truth most people run from. But if you face it, if you stare pain in the eyes and say, you will not define me, then you become unstoppable. Every champion has been broken. Every leader has cried in silence. Every success story began with pain. Think about it. If everything came easy, you'd never grow. If you never failed, you'd never learn. If you never suffered, you'd never know what you're truly capable of. Comfort builds nothing. But pain? Pain builds warriors. There's a quote that says, success is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. That's it. No magic, no secrets, just persistence. Oh, and persistence is born from pain. The kind that teaches you how to keep going when everything inside you says stop. Pain is your fuel. It's the voice that says, you've come this far, don't waste it now. It's the fire that burns away excuses and forces you to evolve. So many people let pain destroy them because they think it means they've lost. But pain isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. When life knocks you down, don't just get up. Rise different. Rise wiser. Rise sharper. Rise with purpose. Because now you've seen what it feels like to lose everything. And that means you've got nothing left to fear. You know, pain has a strange way of teaching compassion. Once you've been broken, you understand what it feels like to hurt. You learn to listen deeper, to love harder, to appreciate the small things. That's power too. Not the kind that dominates others, but the kind that conquers your own darkness. Every time you overcome something painful, your spirit grows stronger. You become more resilient, more grounded, more alive. And yes, some days you'll still feel the ache. That's okay. Healing isn't linear. Some days you'll fall apart, and some days you'll rise higher than you ever thought possible. But even on the bad days, remember this. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. Every failure added something to you as patience, strength, wisdom. You are not the same person who fell, you are the person who stood back up. Let's be real, life will break you again. There will be more pain, more loss, more disappointments. But that's okay, because this time you'll know what to do with it. You'll know that the pain is temporary, but the growth it creates is permanent. That's the beauty of transformation. Pain may visit again, but it will never find you unprepared. When you embrace your pain, it loses its power to control you. You become the master, not the victim. And that's when everything changes. That's your energy, your focus, your destiny. The people who said you'd never make it will wonder how you did. They'll think it was luck, timing, fate. But you'll know the truth. You'll know it was pain that built you. Pain was your teacher. Pain was your gym. Pain was your rebirth. Every great victory begins in struggle. Every new version of you is born in discomfort. So don't numb the pain. Use it. Turn it into a reason to fight harder. Turn it into motivation to train, to study, to work, to grow. Let pain be your reminder that you're still alive, that you still have more to give. And when you finally reach your breakthrough, when you look back at or at all the nights you thought you couldn't make it, you'll realize something powerful. The pain didn't destroy you. It revealed you. This is what turning pain into power really means. It's not about denying the hurt. It's about using it as fuel to become the person you were destined to be. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. Stronger. Wiser. Unshakable. You've made it this far. You've survived every heartbreak, every failure, every sleepless night. You've been through storms that others never even saw. And yet you're still here. That's not luck. That's strength. That's resilience. That's the proof that no matter how hard life hits you, you can rise again. Pain tried to silence you. It tried to convince you that you weren't enough. But every time it knocked you down, you stood back up, even when no one was watching. That's power. That's the kind of power no one can give you and no one can take away. Let me tell you something. You're not defined by what happened to you. You're defined by how you respond. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are the strength that grew from them. You are the courage that kept fighting when everything told you to quit. We all have a story. Some are filled with laughter, some with scars, but the scars tell the truth. That you've lived, that you've felt, that you've grown. There's beauty in the broken, because broken doesn't mean destroyed. It means redefined. The fire that burned you also forged you. The darkness that swallowed you also shaped your light. And the pain that once crushed you became the reason you now stand tall. Do you know what happens when you embrace your pain? You stop fearing life. You stop fearing loss. You stop fearing change. Because once you've walked through fire, the rain can't scare you anymore. That's when true confidence is born. Not from arrogance, but from experience. You've been tested and you didn't break. You've been burned and you came out shining. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Because your scars already tell your story. Look back for a moment. Everything you thought would destroy you didn't. The heartbreak that shattered your world made you more compassionate. The failure that humiliated you taught you resilience. The loneliness that nearly broke you taught you how to stand on your own. Pain didn't ruin you. It revealed you. So now what? What do you do with that pain? You build with it. You take every ounce of it and pour it into something meaningful. You work harder. You train longer. You speak truth. You help others heal. That's how you turn pain into power. You use it. You make it your mission, your message, your movement. Every great human being you admire, they've been there too. They cried. They broke. They fell apart. But they didn't stay there. They took their pain and built something from it. Martin Luther King Jr. turned pain into peace. Nelson Mandela turned pain into purpose. Malala turned pain into voice. You can turn your pain into power too, because power isn't found in what's easy. It's found in what you survive. And listen, you don't need anyone to understand your journey. You don't need validation. You don't need permission. You are allowed to rebuild. You are allowed to start over. You are allowed to grow from the very things that tried to bury you, because nothing can stop a person who has learned how to turn pain into strength. Nothing can defeat a soul that refuses to stay broken. Remember this, you are not alone. Everyone you see smiling today has cried before. Everyone you see standing tall has fallen before. And everyone you see strong was once weak. So if you're still hurting, it's okay. You're still becoming. And every day you wake up and keep going, you're proving to yourself that pain can't win. There's a quote that says, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." And it's true. Every wound is a doorway, not to weakness, but to wisdom. The light that shines through your cracks is what makes you human. It's what makes you beautiful. It's what makes you powerful. So let the world see your scars. Don't hide them. Wear them like armor, because they're proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. You've come too far to give up now. You've cried too many tears to stop now. You've bled too much to surrender. This pain, it built you. It made you disciplined. It made you patient. It made you unshakable. You're no longer just surviving. You're evolving. You've turned your pain into a weapon. You've turned your story into strength. And from this moment on, you'll never look at pain the same way again. Because now you know pain is not the end. It's the beginning. It's not your punishment. It's your preparation. It's not your weakness. It's your weapon. So stand tall, face your pain, and say it out loud. This pain didn't break me. It built me. It made me who I am. Because at the end of the day, the strongest souls are not the ones who never feel pain, but the ones who learn how to turn it into power.